Okay.
So what's going on, man?
So I basically run this this sting operation where we catch online predators,
Okay.
and we've been talking to this guy.
Do you have like a business card for your firm, or?
No, we don't really have a
230.
firm. It's just sort of like a privately owned and operated group. It's
Okay.
mostly for a YouTube channel, sort of investigative journalism that we run.
10-4. Okay. So do you have like a driver's license on you?
Yeah, I do.
Is it out of Michigan?
Absolutely.
10-4, thank you. Alright, so what do you guys like call yourself? Do you have like a name for your organization?
Oh, the Predatorial Investigation Unit.
Okay. You guys have like a web page?
It's we have a YouTube channel where we post all this stuff.
Okay.
The channel name for that is called Skeeter Gene. That's the alias that I go by.
Okay, Predatory Investigation.
Predatorial Investigation Unit. It's not even a real word, but
Yeah.
Predatorial Investigation Unit.
Okay. And then what was the YouTube
The
video?
channel name is Skeeter Gene. SKEETERJEAN. J-E-A-N. Like the jeans you wear.
Okay. Alright. And then how long you guys been doing that?
We've been doing this for over 2 years now.
Okay. Alright. I'm just waiting for my supervisor to get out here.
Okay.
Just try to get some information.
Gotcha.
If we'll look at you said you got text messages, phone conversation.
Yep.
Is it like
right here.
video recordings or something, or?
No, we have a couple recorded phone calls. We have all the text conversations that he had. Some are in here, and some are on my actual device.
Okay. All right. Let me see. You said you got some text messages or something.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So here I just printed off some of the main stuff he was saying. He did get a little bit worse today and during text. I printed these a few days ago.
Okay.
But he.
Do you want me to get the phone?
I had the phone on me. Yeah. But here she says that she's really keen, and he talks about at some point he referenced himself as Big Chocolate, and then he says, "Are you eating some chocolate? Yummy, melts in your mouth." He was talking about how he wanted to come over. He asked her if she's behind the scenes, naughty. Let me get to the goods. Okay, so here she said, talking about the girl's mom, she didn't know I was with a boy in 8th grade last year. So over here, he goes on and says, "You just," and then he says, "Gawk, gawk, you're the champ. Was it your first time doing it?" Or that's just a little bit of stuff. I have most of the really bad stuff he was saying here.
Do you have like pictures of the profile that you guys were using? As far as
for the actual profile we were using, I don't believe I do at this point because the account's been deleted because people on the app will report our profile for being underage as they should, and then that'll get deleted. I can show you all the pictures of the decoy though.
Okay.
It's no problem. He was talking about coming over, and then he says, "I got something for you. Can't make him mad though. He might spit on you." And she asked what he was talking about. He says his name is Lil T, meaning he's talking about his penis, and he might spit on. No, don't make him mad. He might spit on something on you that makes you look young. She says, "Who was Lil T?" Then he goes on to say it's his third leg, and he says, "Are you gonna rub him?" And then at some point he says, "You can karaoke with it." So he's describing these sort of acts, and he says, "How do you feel about it though? Do you want to rub on him?" That's what he's saying. So he was being really careful. He barely said anything sexual. Most of the stuff that he said was on the recorded phone calls because he didn't want to incriminate himself through hard-proof text message. It kind of just goes on as far as him talking about the whole third leg thing here. Then he did mention bringing KFC for the girl, which he did. He brought the girl some food. Let's see. There's not. I don't have a whole lot through text because, like I said, he said a lot on the phone, which we do have recorded. He was telling her to delete messages. He was wondering about the neighbors.
How long has this been going on?
For the past, I'd say a little over a week now.
Okay. Do you remember, like, do you have like a date or time for the first message you
Very
see from
first
on the
message.
profile or something?
Yeah, I do. I just have to go back and screenshots.
Just for like the range of occurrence?
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm just getting as much information from you guys as I can. My sergeant's going to come out here.
No,
He's going to talk to you about it, and then he's going to determine if major crimes is going to come out.
He's a binder. I think this is the very first message he sent to the. So they met on a dating
That's okay.
app
Just
called.
basic
Yeah,
day would be
I would
okay
say a
for
week
me.
ago.
A week ago?
Last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
As far as what I can remember.
First, yeah.
I don't know the dates not on here.
And what application was this that you were
They
using?
initially met on an app called Scout.
Scout.
Yeah. SKOUT.
Okay. Is that an online dating app or
That's
is
an
it
online
like
dating
Tinder?
app. Yeah, something like that, yeah.
It's KOUT.
SKOUT, that's right.
Okay. Looks weird.
Oh, it's, as you can see.
What about when he touched the decoy?
We did mention that. I didn't know that happened
I didn't either.
until she just now said something. So apparently he did, he did, like, I guess he grabbed her butt or something.
Okay. And she was just posing as the...
Just posing as the
Did you give our dispatch her information yet?
No, they didn't ask for it.
Okay. Who was the one primarily doing the text? Did
I
you
was
guys all
primarily
just kind of...
I was primarily texting him, and I do have a decoy that I work with out of state that was talking on the phone with him.
Okay. So you are like the decoy, so you talk to him on the phone.
I was the decoy. Well, he has another decoy. I kind of just showed up today to be the local decoy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But he has a
What was,
decoy.
what was the name of the person that you were...
The name that we were going with was Tristan. Tristan.
Okay. Just Tristan? Was there a middle name?
Just
Nothing?
Tristan. No,
Okay.
we didn't get that far.
Oh, how old?
15
Years old. So you just found out that he was down here. And
Yeah,
guys
then we
came down
booked
here
a
and kinda
trip
set up
to.
here?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, is this like an Airbnb type thing?
This is an Airbnb. Cool.
Apparently, this is not the first time that this has happened to him.
That's apparently what he just said. So
He wouldn't really explain much about that, but
Sounds like she had bags and everything. That's concerning.
yeah. So this one's a first. So this agency, it's like fishing agency out of Michigan. Made a profile. It's like a
Catch predator?
Yeah, catch predator agency out of Michigan. Had this guy comment on their profile of a 14-year-old female that they put on this dating website, and they talked to him. They got a bunch of printouts and messages where he was basically agreeing to come have sex with her. They bought this Airbnb here and brought him out to this address. So he's inside in the kitchen, and they got all of their information, and they got pictures of the text messages and everything.
Did they contact any local agencies or anything?
This is the first contact they made with us. So
They need to be working side by side with law
that's
enforcement.
what I asked. I was like, did you
Even
contact with...
Dateline NBC works with law enforcement.
Right. So
What's the like? Do you have a business card for them or just a name?
I just got the name of their business. They said they call themselves Predatorial Investigative Unit, and their YouTube channel is Skeeter Jean. And they're all dressed in Santa Claus outfits and elf outfits.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. No, this is.
Have we talked to the suspect or anything?
I haven't talked to him. No, not much. I didn't want to say much to him until you guys decided what. Yeah.
Yeah, you can call him. This is gonna be more no round. What's the name of that place again?
Predatorial Investigation Unit.
They're out of Michigan?
Yeah.
Predatorial what?
They don't have like a web page or anything. They said they just have a YouTube channel where
Does
they
the
like
owner of
post
this
all of them.
Airbnb know what they're doing?
I do not doubt it. Seriously doubt it.
36. Can you contact Major County? Do they have him detained or you just sitting there?
He's just sitting there. He's not in handcuffs or anything. He's just sitting on the stool. I think the guy might have his phone.
Who's in there with him?
Hunter's in there with him, and then all the security guys. So, you want me to go stand back in there?
No, just wait right here.
I mean, he hasn't started hooting and hollering like they detained him against his will or anything, so I think they're just like, hey, we got you on camera. Stay here until the cops come.
So did they follow him from Michigan?
They just found out that he lived here. They got this Airbnb. They told him that this was the girl's address that they were posing as, and then he came out with intentions to do the deed.
So the company's from Michigan, and the suspect is a local guy, so they got this Airbnb to set up this sting operation.
But does he have a Michigan DL though?
He does. No, he has a Florida one.
Okay,
They
put it in the court on. That's why I was confused.
Well, I just got name and date of birth for him,
No,
and
okay.
yeah.
So I mean, there's a news article about him. Speedy reading.
Yeah. I was like, this is the first phone call you made? And they're like, yeah. I was like, what? You didn't talk to an investigations unit or nothing? Alright. If I could have you and start filling out one of these for me. This is a witness statement for us, okay?
Sure.
Sir? Alright, so he said as far as the vehicle that he notified FDLE of using the vehicle, and when I asked him about all the social media accounts, he said that he switched up his answer with, well, it should be, and then was asking, well, is it showing up on their end? And then he mentioned about how the phone numbers, that the one that he has with FDLE, he gave that phone to his nephew, and that this phone, FDLE is not aware that he has this one.
Oh, okay.
So
That's multiple violations.
yeah, I need important person. That's why. It's now the. I was gonna say, wouldn't he have to report giving his old phone to his nephew? Mm-hmm. Again, as far as the recording, there wasn't too much on it. I mean, nothing really incriminating, I guess you could say. But he did mention about Dr. On Meet Me app. Well, then he said, I don't want to get you in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, he was dressed as Santa, and then I turn around, and Elf pops out of a doorway. I'm like, okay. I'm like, there's something wrong here. I don't like this right now.
So we were looking, so basically right now, well, we're probably going to be, just what you'll be direct arrested on tonight is, it's like 5 third-degree felonies for not having a vehicle registered.
Wow.
Different phone number not registered. Current address not registered.
No, your turn's off.
No, that's fine. And then his social media identifiers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But after you get him to the jail, you can call Sergeant Denny in D3 because he can look all that up and actually verify what he does and doesn't have.
Mm-hmm. And so, what do you know so far? What you got? So, these guys are from Michigan.
Okay.
They run it's kind of like their own private investigations crew. They started this, basically they created a false account for a 14-year-old girl, put it on a dating website. This guy, Harold, connected with the account. They have pictures and messages, phone conversation recordings. They basically did this full investigation where he said that he wanted to come over and...
Did they record him?
They recorded the phone conversations, as far as I know. And then they have pictures of the text messages and messages from the phone, like the social media that he had conversation. So they have all that information in there. They have cameras in there and everything. It's like they have like this YouTube sting operation that they've created.
They have their own channel that they do this. They've been doing it for a while. We looked it up earlier.
Yeah. So they called us out, said they're from Michigan. He hit on the account. He had an address down here, said he lived down here. They bought this as an Airbnb, came down here. They had a girl that was talking to him on the phone. She answered the door for him, went to her statements right here. He brought her KFC, asked her if she wanted to go all the way, and then like touched her on the butt, and then they came out and started asking him questions and called us. So they never told him he couldn't leave or anything like that. He just was sitting on the bar stool when I came in. So never left. This is his truck right here. We already got a few felonies for him for he's a registered sex offender.
Mirandized him already.
Yeah.
So, Osman's on call. I was called out because this is kind of what I do. You know. I was sent out here to see if they even did it. I don't know. I don't even know if they can do that. I don't know if they were within guidelines to do that. I'm very curious. I mean, obviously they can't record him because that's a felony. So are they inside?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like, what, 4 or 5 of them? There's a female and
2 camera guys, a female, and then the security guy and the main dude. So 5 of them.
When I looked at Jason, I mean, they've had news articles like Fox from other
Computer, traveling to meet a minor for sex, like all those typical, like, who's in your car right now?
Nope, he's still in there. He's still in there with the hunter.
He's just chilling inside. What is going on? Sarge called me, and I legit thought I was being punked.
So did I. I walked up, and a guy came out with a Santa costume on.
So, well, the reason he's coming out was leave him in there until you got here.
We haven't talked to him about anything other than the sex offender things. So, I mean, he said
for the 4 sex offender charges.
he said like multiple times that this is the second time this has happened to him.
Well, yeah.
Oh, this happened before. Oh, this
So I was
happened
going to
before.
ask you,
I can't remember.
I need everything from literally the start, the profile, and to the moment he showed up. Okay, I gotcha. I have some of the stuff on my computer back at home. I don't have everything from start to finish.
Did this start in Michigan?
Yes, it did. When I was talking to him in Michigan. Okay. Just the full conversation I had from the very start. When we first contacted on the Scout/Meet Me app, I gave him my phone number and pretty much go through it. From there, that started last week on Thursday, I believe it was. He doesn't say a lot via text, but we do have a few recorded phone calls where he said some stuff and just.
Were those recorded here or in Michigan?
Those were recorded in Wisconsin, actually. My decoy girl, whose pictures I'm using, was actually talking to him. She's in Wisconsin.
She's currently in Wisconsin
She's currently
right now.
in Wisconsin, yeah. And she recorded those herself and sent them to me.
And you said like this is the first time a lot of you guys have seen something like this?
Yeah. Definitely a new one. Especially the Santa
I
costume.
was gonna say, especially seeing Santa walking around the corner.
I gotta say, at least you came out. If he would have came out in the Santa costume, I've been like,
What the fuck?
What?
Yeah. No, that's why I have the shirt, and I try to deal with you guys first. Kind of give you a heads up because, plus, you never know what to expect.
Right. I was also very worried I was gonna like walk into somebody hogtied on the ground or something.
No. Nope. They're never detained, held against their will. They're always free to walk out if they want.
Remember what I was saying? All states' laws are totally different.
Yeah.
So.
That's funny. It's like it's illegal to record in Florida. I was like, oh shit.
Well. Yeah, he's a registered sex offender. He hasn't registered this vehicle with the registry. He hasn't registered his phone that he's not his. He hasn't registered his social media accounts. So, I mean, he's already.
Absolutely. And, no, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be the first
So he's already got that not going for him.
Yeah.
This isn't a one-party state?
Hmm?
Like where only one party needs to consent in a recording?
You'd have to ask him that. That is way above
Oh, come on.
my expertise.
Come on, man.
When I get questions like that, I call him.
You gotta know the law.
Well, it looks like in Wisconsin.
You know how big the law book is in each state?
Oh, trust me, my parents wanted me to go to law
Plus,
school.
plus, that's just the law. That doesn't even count case law.
Yeah. It looks like in Wisconsin you can, according to at least one person consents to it.
Yeah, only one. You don't, like, normally, from what I
I don't know.
understand, most states are a one-party state where only one person needs to consent to be recorded.
Right.
yeah, either way.
What's your favorite flavor of crayon, though?
Man, it's always a toss-up. The green ones, they get me.
Green ones are your weakness?
Yeah. Purple's when you're feeling wild.
I haven't found many purple. Yellow's another rare one.
Yeah.
It's usually like navy blue.
You gotta get the 120 pack, bro.
That way you get a variety.
And you get the metallic ones. Yeah.
That's a done deal.
Obviously never had this conversation before.
Right? And then normal people look at you like, what are you fucking talking about? You wouldn't understand. I always explain to people, it's like, we're like brothers. I will make fun of him all day long and vice versa. But when shit hits the fan, we got each other's back no matter what.
You know, I mean,
I can imagine Gulf Breeze.
talking about how terrible of an interest rate on this 2-story, massive, really nice
2,500
house
square
is.
feet.
It's a heck of a lot better than you get in Africa.
I haven't been to Africa. I've been to Asia,
Yeah.
not Africa.
Well, it's probably like 4 times bigger than the ones in Asia, where they split it with 10 people. Watch out for these tiles, they're a little loose. I'm gonna head out to this car right in front of your truck, okay? Alright, lean up against the back of this car for me. Just face it for me. Get anything in your pockets that's gonna poke me, stick me? Yeah, sure. Got anything in your pockets that's gonna poke me, stick me, or anything like that?
No.
My battery's dying. Hold on. Alright, have a seat for me. Watch your head. There you go. There should be. Where are the keys? Where are the keys to your truck, man?
They're inside.
They're inside? Are they on the counter?
Yeah.
What else is it yours that's inside?
That's it.
That's it? Okay. They're inside on the counter?
Yeah, it is.
Alright, lean back for me. You want your seatbelt on?
I can't.
Okay. If you turn sideways a little bit. There you go. Is that better? You want your seatbelt on?
No.
Okay. Alright, watch your knee here. Oh, I was like, did I do that?
No, this is truck keys and all that.
Anything in there that was noteworthy? Are those lottery tickets too? Yeah, he's got a bunch of lottery tickets in the pocket over here too.
So that's mother, then your uncle?
No, that's not uncle.
So that's your uncle, and you're his mother. Okay.
I'm trying to see all this craziness. This stupid. People call and text and all that kind of mess. They call it whatever they want to call it. Meet people on these apps and stuff. I told them, I said, you don't know these people. They could be telling all kinds of lies to get what they want. And then who's going to be in trouble? You. Which is exactly what happened. Just got
Right now he's under arrest for sex offender registry. He has a phone that is not registered with the sex offender registry with social media accounts that are not registered with the sex offender registry. That's what he's under arrest for.
I tried to make it as easy as possible for you to. So again, he was on the Meet Me app under a name Mike Jones. I had.
You found in there?
Well, no, that's what he's more or less. Him and this group here both told me that he had the handle of Mike Jones on the Meet Me app. So again, if that's not something that's on there, that's gotta be an offense right there. I have him on recording whenever I was standing in there. I don't have the full conversation, but he was talking to his mom, said something about 2 hours with her, and I guess when he came up to the front door, he told the girl that I don't want to get you in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble. Again, just figure out document little stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have anything for that.
yeah, again, I just figured whatever I had. And then with this vehicle, he drives it to work every day. Says it's mom's vehicle. Says that he's currently residing at this. So if that's not listed somewhere, then that's an issue.
This is his phone. This is this phone. The nephew phone.
So no. So the current phone number is this one.
he said that the phone number that's registered, on the sex offender registry is going to be that nephew's phone. He gave to the nephew, so he didn't let them know about that. And then again, as far as check on that email address, but again, the email address, I want to check on that, and then I also have just ignore the brother's phone thing. But then he has the Instagram handle of Wakanda Forever, Snapchat handle of ICU Skeet, and then he works at the. Again, I'm gonna say he probably has at least that document, but I don't know about any of that other stuff. That should be everything there.
How do you guys know that it wasn't registered, that the vehicle wasn't registered?
I think Sarge already talked to Sergeant Denny, and Sergeant Denny checked, and yeah, it doesn't have it listed. Family members were asking if I think the mom was asking if she could speak with him.
Have you ever had any successful prosecution for charges like that, or was it your work that led to this one, and then he was getting child?
There was the one in Traverse
Can we
City.
merge up in the driveway?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Get out of everybody's way here.
So there was one. It was in Traverse City. Yeah, this guy. I was talking to him on the Whisper app, and he sent dick pics. He came to the liquor store to meet up with the girl. I then sent all the screenshots to their detective, and they were able to charge him with, I believe, solicitation of a minor with a device or whatever. That's the only case that's been successful directly with my stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know the legality of it here in Florida, so that's what I'm going to try to learn more.
Okay. So would it be solely because I'm just a civilian?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
How do we get the honorary nomination? I wish I could.
Yes, Santa Rosa County Jail.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I wish I could tell you because you guys are doing this essentially well. I wouldn't say for free, but
You're just saying.
you guys are still. Yeah, you guys aren't just hanging out. You guys are actually doing this instead of just doing whatever. But yeah, I don't know the legality of citizens doing it here in Florida. I don't.
I gotcha.
I tried to call a couple people that are more knowledgeable than me, but it's too late tonight.
I was gonna say, Sarge, I backed up a couple feet because I'm like, the last thing I want to do is get run over before Christmas.